Welcome, everyone, to Season 12, Episode 15.
15.
Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm good. How about you, Ian? How are you? Ian's frozen again.
Oh, he's frozen again?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
He's probably just chatting on his phone, because when he does that, it freezes him. There he is.
Hey, boo.
He's cupcaking. Hey, Ian.
Come snuggle with me tonight. I like a man with a beard. Can he not hear?
All right, I lost audio for a second. That was weird.
Oh,
yeah, there he is.
I heard something about beard snuggling, but it was super quiet.
Yeah, no, we were talking about you cupcaking and being frozen because you keep on flipping back the screen.
It's gonna happen at least one more time. We're trying to settle on a date and time.
Okay.
I was just saying you can come snuggle with me. I like a man with a beard.
Yeah. Chris. I hope you don't take this any kind of awkward way, but I would snuggle with you.
Oh yeah, we definitely snuggle on the couch.
You know what? I'd want to try out Big Spoon. I'd probably die laughing. Like I'd feel like the littlest Big Spoon.
Well, just in case you want to know how it is, there is a tent that we can purchase for like $20 at Walmart.
No.
And
Not again.
Not again. Never again.
Never.
That's funny. Good times. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Keep talking. What?
Sure. What, Ian? How was your week?
This week.
Sorry, my wife was asking if she could use the microwave. I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna kill your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but that's not gonna kill the Wi-Fi, and I don't really care about background noise. I mean, we're not that type of podcast.
No.
Yeah. Can y'all hear my dishwasher going? It was clanging a second ago.
I had a place where whenever you ran the this is crazy. Whenever you ran the microwave, it killed the Wi-Fi.
Oh, it killed the Wi-Fi? That's crazy.
Yeah. That'll happen. Wi-Fi routers are actually pretty sensitive to irregular voltage. It doesn't have to shift that much, and it could trip Wi-Fi routers. I can't talk tonight. Wow.
Yeah, you can't.
Kicking
hard. That's it'll do it to you.
Did you guys look? I sent y'all like kind of the beginning of the conversation. Did y'all read it?
Yeah.
That was pretty slick. And she's cute.
There you go. So, personal life. Let's see. What's going on in personal life? I don't really even know. Renovations are still going? Yay.
Wow. She looks that great at 40.
Yeah.
I actually hadn't looked at this yet. Wow.
She's very cute. But read what I wrote. I was so slick.
Now you got to share it on Discord.
I can. I'll post it on Discord.
There you go. Yeah.
When she said the super like comment, it was supposed to be with a question mark because I super liked her because she's smoking.
Yeah.
There you go. Fun times. So yeah, I can't think of anything else. Yeah, nothing really else going on.
That's good.
Yeah.
My turn?
Your turn.
All right. Did I share on here? I know I told you, Alan, but did I share on here my final report to Doge and what I did to myself?
No.
Okay. So we don't have to send the 5 bullet points anymore. But in the last week, they were like, all right, here's a link. If you have any suggestions on how, your agency or the government might be able to run better, more efficient, blah, 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 send us a message here. So y'all know me. I wrote an essay because I've been with the government since 2012. So, there's a lot of things across all agencies, but then the agency I'm in right now, it's great. Don't get me wrong. I love working there. Love the people. Quite a lot of like inefficient processes. Well, apparently, mine got sent straight to the head of the agency.
Oh,
and but it was good. They liked all the ideas. But then I got put on this task force with other folks to help with process improvement across the board. And then I also got
Jobs.
moved. Well, I didn't get moved to another contract. I got the largest procurement that DECA has like ever done. I got assigned to it as the primary contract specialist, and that was official as of today. So now all of my meetings on these contracts are like with the GS15s and 14s and division heads and stuff like that, which is kind of what I wanted. I mean, that's, long term. Well, one, I want to be in a position where I can actually affect change. And you can't do that unless you're sitting at the table with those people. And now I'm sitting at the table with those people. So it's right where I want to be.
Nice.
Yeah.
It came in like this.
Michael, in order to expedite these negotiations, we are prepared to make you a very generous offer.
And we are prepared to reject that offer.
100%. That was like that first week of send your bullet points. They were like, tell us 5 things you did. And I was like, promote me. And they were like, wait, no. Tell us what you did. I'm like, promote me and I'll tell you what I did. And they were like, ah, shit. Okay, here you go. You're promoted. I was like, I didn't do shit because this place is whack.
Have you seen the interview? There's an interview out there, like where someone live streamed his interview, like I made a YouTube video out of it, like it was a Zoom call. And the HR person is like, why should we hire you? Is the question. And he sits there and goes, how many other interviews do you have for the rest of the day? And she's like, I got like 30 other ones. He goes, don't you want to take the rest of the day off? Just hire me and you can take the rest of the day off. There you go. That's
There's a reason.
We all win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like your style.
Just there you go.
Yeah.
That's a done deal.
And I joke about it. I mean, we joke a lot on this podcast. I joke about it, but I really do enjoy my job. And believe it or not, like I'm pretty decent at it. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about all this. It's gonna be a hell of a lot of work, but so long as I do well, all these people I'm working with, they're gonna be on the panel for my next promotion and the promotion after that. So, win-win.
Oh yeah,
I'm at the right table.
You
Awesome.
are. Now you gotta start finger blasting some people out the way.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Mhm.
$20 is $20.
So many good things happened for you, like in the last 2 weeks. I'm happy for you.
It's been, yeah.
You deserve it. It's been a rough 3 years.
Look, what I was saying months ago and over the last however many years, this too shall pass. Even these highs that I'm on, this too shall pass. So I'm enjoying it, but I'm not, not getting too big headed.
This one's gonna level out, like the
Yeah.
cutie, 40-year-old cutie, and the all the above. Is just gonna kind of
Hey, maybe
become
maybe.
your new stable, your new life.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. But look, Alan, who knows me for a lot longer, is like, nah.
Never.
But I appreciate it, Chris. And maybe you're right.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna pray for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We can always
like
hope.
pray hard.
Pray very hard. Yes.
Yeah.
I bet you if Alan started praying for you, it might actually happen.
I pray for him. On a daily
I seen it. I was on his prayer list, and dude made me cry. He had a list for things he was praying for, and I was on it. I was like, "Ugh." He even took the time to write my name down. It did. It got me in the feels. I appreciate that.
No. There you go.
Alan, so you said more renovations. Are renovations actually happening? You have like
Oh yeah, no, we're well into the renovations now. They botched one of the. I mean, I'm not gonna say names because I don't want to be held,
yeah,
like
of course,
liable
don't
or
call
something
anybody
like
out.
that. But yeah, but I think they're gonna honor it. The HVAC people. So kind of like really the quick Cliff Notes version. Like we were gonna put move the door on the existing bathroom from one side to the other side. But when they opened up the wall, there was a bunch of studs there holding up beams. So it was all load bearing. So you can't put a door there.
No.
So, but without asking us, they just cut the hole next to it and put the door there. But then there was an HVAC register like right in the door frame. So for the air conditioning. So I told them, I was like, I mean, we don't mind the door being there, but now I don't want to step on the register every time, like the air dump every time I have to go to the bathroom. So you got to move that then. They're like, oh yeah, we'll do it for free though. So the HVAC guy came out, and obviously I guarantee he did not have the right blade to cut tile. because it looked like he just took a sledgehammer to our tile. Like, and the whole thing was like, they're like, we'll do it for free if you have extra tile. I'm like, yeah, we have like 2 or 3 extra pieces because we just renovated that bathroom like 2 years ago and put all new tile in. So we have a few extra leftover pieces. So if you're just going to cut a little piece, kind of, we have the matching tile, you can do it. Well, they might have to retile that entire bathroom now.
Oh, wow.
Because the agency, they didn't cut. They just it looked like a sledgehammer just came to it like, yeah, let's make a hole here. Like what are you just doing in there? Fun times. So yeah, there's going. But yeah, other than that, everything else is going pretty well. I mean, all the plumbing's in, the electrician I think is almost done with all his stuff. HVAC, they've all laid all that stuff. So we just have to wait for the city inspector now, and then we can move on. Yeah, fun times.
Waiting on the city. That could take forever.
It could. They can. The city can take literally forever.
Well, as y'all know, we were in Newport News.
Yeah. Man, we ain't hang out.
The past weekend for the wedding. The wedding went phenomenally. My little cousin was so cute in her dress. And it's just so like see a child born in the 2000s getting married.
In the year 2000.
And technically she's born 2002. So it's like,
oh.
Yeah. So it's like, oh.
I was a full-grown adult.
Yeah, I'm like, I remember your birth. I remember the news. I remember all the things.
2002, I was running around with Ian, and we were drinking copious amounts of alcohol in college and having a really fun time.
I wasn't quite there yet.
2002 was a good year.
It was.
Up until 2004 kind of peaked.
2004 was
after that. It started getting really adulting after that.
Yeah,
but,
it did. That was the last hurrah. 2004 was like, yeah. 2002 was a good year. It was
a good year.
We had a fun time.
Yeah, babies were born. People were made.
Babies were born.
Beers were drank.
Life was lifing.
I was in high school.
Yeah. I was a sophomore in college. Yeah. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it was really cool. Like I definitely had to become wedding planner for a little while because her wedding planner was not all together there. And this is apparently her 1,002nd wedding. She done 1,001 weddings before this one. And you would not have known it. Maybe it's just me. I'm a little bit more particular, but
she had been the wedding planner.
Yes, this is her 1,002.
I thought you said like your cousin who got married is her 1,000th wedding. I was like, dude, that's a lot of guys she's been through.
She's the real widowmaker.
Yeah. Is she okay?
Do you even buy off the registry at that point?
If she was born in 2002, like I'm really confused right now. Like this is the math ain't mathin'.
No, and another one.
And another one. And another one.
I couldn't even imagine. Like, why would you even say you've done over 1,000 weddings? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. If you were a good wedding planner, there's no way you've done 1,000 weddings in your lifetime.
Hold on, 1,000 divorces, and you only have to ask for $10 a month in alimony. They would sign up for that.
Yep,
all of them would
be rich.
Oh, I'm on to something.
There you go.
I got my retirement plan.
Another day, and who am I marrying today? Who do I marry today? Yeah.
Anyway, it was a good wedding. It was a good weekend.
Good. Fun.
Now I'm back to work.
Yeah, work. Man.
I'm still enjoying my job, so.
Yeah. I mean, I love my job. It's just, it's stressful.
Yeah.
Anyways. So you want to talk about some Wheel of Time?
Sure. Ian's permanently frozen again.
He's cupcaking.
He's cupcaking. All right, Wheel of Time.
Hold on, let me just do this.
Guys, the live reaction was awesome.
It was. We'll just leave that for a second, just until he comes back because it's such a great picture. Oh, there he is. Okay, hey. It's like falling asleep, man, at a party. You just can't do this, man. So
we're almost there. It's Monday at 6:30. We just haven't decided what yet.
Okay. There you go. Monday.
Oh,
Everything's
yeah.
closed on Mondays. I guess Richmond might be different.
Not everything.
Not everything. All right.
He said, my kitchen's open.
My kitchen's open. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about chapter 37, A Force of Light. All right. So we start with Min and Rand. And Min just goes right into seeing a vision of Dragon Mount and a big old mountain with a tiny little prick of light coming out of the clouds.
I mean, we start off really with her being frustrated because he's not frustrated enough.
Yeah, true.
Like
Rand's being Rand.
Rand's being Rand. Rand's being the new Rand. Rand,
the new Rand. They're very,
has
very...
no issues to give, and he's just like,
Mm-hmm.
She's like,
but she
just blow up already. Be upset already. He's like, why? I failed.
These fucks have runneth out.
Yes.
Yeah, she had firsthand experience as to why he is what he is. So I think she's kind of, I don't want to say struggling with it. Like, this is one of those examples of like, she saw what happened and like she understands, but her reaction would be different. Like she would process it different. And so she's trying to apply that to him a little bit.
Yeah. Do you want to Watt just posted the quote for the book. Min felt like screaming. Do you want to talk about it? She asked. Rand turned into the mirror. About what? The Sanshan. Like, what just happened?
Exactly. He's like, I failed. He's like,
whatever. Let's keep moving on. I ain't got time for
like,
that.
We're just gonna have to do an attack from the back and hope it goes well. I always do that. I attack from the back and hope it goes well.
I hope it goes well. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, she realizes that Rand's right. There's no sense of like harping about it. Like it is what it is, and yeah, he's gonna keep on. Yeah, move on.
Keep on keeping on, and then she sees this whole like the dragon mount, but there's darkness shrouding it, and the darkness is actually like higher than the mountain itself, or some type of thing. I can't remember the exact way she put it.
And there's a little prick of light shining down the very top,
and half the mountain's blown away.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is this another balefire situation?
Normally, you can't even see the top of the mountain. You can because the clouds are cleared enough.
Yeah.
So normally, it's with the clouds.
Could this be another balefire situation?
Rand is ready to, red lightsaber. I saw that at the same time. That's perfect.
He's gonna bleed his kyber crystal, and
let's go.
Gosh, why did I not make that mental connection by the end of this chapter? That's definitely the vibes here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely important for Rand's future. What a tiny prick of light from the heavens shined down the front of the mountain. Like she knew it was important, but she had no idea what it meant.
Yeah.
So, then after that, she talks to Rand. She's like, "What's next?" And she's like, "Oh, well, we're gonna go after another Forsaken. So let's gear up."
You would think she would have said something to him about this at least. She's like, "I'm gonna keep it to myself till I figure it out." No, share. It could have some meaning to him.
Yeah,
he's smart. He does have lose in his head too.
Makes for better reading.
Yeah, I guess
keep it to yourself.
Yeah. Well, then then they definitely they made the decision. Say, all right, it's time to, like you said, time to kill another Forsaken. Let's get our crew together.
It calls the maiden, says you can bring no more than 20, but we're about to go to battle. So they come in and then this is where he sends a servant to go fetch Nynaeve and Ramshalon, which Min's like, why are you getting Ramshalon? Like the guy's an idiot. He's like, oh yeah, he has his
I have my reasons.
He has his uses. He has a purpose.
A good purpose too.
Yeah. And he tells her a little bit about Natch Sparrow. I get a little history about how it's formed. Originally was a fort to protect against Manetheren, but now Manethren's fallen, and no one really remembers that anyway. And mentions some names and things like that. And she's like, okay, is that you or Luz? Who's talking now? And Nynaeve asks Rand why they're here when she comes in. She's like, why are you bringing him? And what does he say? He says,
well, he starts talking to the guy. He's like, hey, I have a question for you. How do you defeat somebody who's smarter?
Before that, when Nynaeve asks him like why, he says, because I should be frightened, I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
I mean, that was after.
That was after.
It was after. Okay.
Yeah, he shows up first.
Yeah, that's right.
Posing a question to you. He's like, okay. He's like, what do I do to defeat somebody who's clearly smarter than me?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh Lord, surely nobody's." No, he didn't use the word smarter. I can't remember the exact word, but either way,
Clever, or yeah.
more clever than me.
It's like
And he was
surely
like,
no one's more
"Surely
clever
no
than the
one's more
Lord.
clever
Lord.
than the dragon." We get the context
Quick-
set at the very
quick
end
clap
why
on
he asked specifically about being more clever,
Mm-hmm.
because at the very end, we realized that
The dude
homeboy
thought
told
he
other
was.
people.
Yeah, the dude thought he was being slick.
Yeah. So he was
Rand
like,
already knew.
what would you do? He's like, why? I would surely try to make this person an ally because it's better to have them on our side than against us. He's like, yeah, it sounds like a great
That's a
idea.
great idea.
Phenomenal. You know, I don't have the time to waste on this, but you, my good sir, you are going to become my emissary.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, make a gateway, and you go to this palace. There's some minor nobles out there that'd be great allies. Go talk to them and see if they'll join up.
You know what's
Does
really
this
interesting? Hold on, before you get to your thought. I don't want you to lose it. You gonna lose it? I
does
wanna
this
make
feel
sure.
like Rand Sadai?
Yeah.
Mm.
A little manipulative.
Well, but then also like Rand used the power but didn't struggle with it this time. There was no
Mhm.
sickness. Like, is there a level of drawing in the power that he has to use before he gets sickened by it, before Luz tries to grab it? Because he just literally opened up this pathway.
Yeah.
And there's normally anytime he embraces the source and uses the power, there's
Yeah.
this battle
With
that
the
happens
Luz,
first.
yeah.
So that was quite like it caught my mind. I don't know if it has any deeper meaning, like he's now able to access the power a little bit more easily, a little bit more readily. But I was like, it's the first time he's done it in a few books where he hasn't attacked himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree. It is Rand Sadai. He's made the decision.
Yep. So he sends Ramshalon off to there, and then the maidens, Nynaeve and Rand, all enter through the gateway, and they're kind of just in the forest, and they get to like a cliff overlooking Nature's Barrow, and they can see the people all moving around, and the lights coming on because the sun's setting. And a few minutes later, Ramshalon comes back, and Nynaeve's kind of pissed about all this. Like, what's your plan? Like, why are you sending this guy out? Like, are you just using people's pawns now? He's like, no, check it out, Nynaeve, test him. And and she does, delves him or whatever, and is like, yep, there's compulsion there. I guess, yep.
Yeah.
See, I told you. But
she's she's definitely fuming over the fact. First off, Wadaholic, thank you for the quote. Too many Damani bloodborne are hiding scattered throughout the country. I would have them as allies, but it would be a drain on my time to seek each one out. That definitely speaks to Rand's thought process as he's manipulating this guy. So the Rand Sadai thing is really a thing. And then when he sends him out, he waits a few minutes. They all go out to follow after him. And like he said, Nynaeve isn't very happy with what's happening. She's like,
No.
I don't understand you. Like, what?
No,
why would you
those
send him?
pawns? Yeah. Like,
You're not who you used to.
She's like, I'm not going to do what we did to the other guy. Like, where I tried to remove the compulsion and end up killing him. Like, you just basically sent someone off to die for your purpose. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, Ram does propose the same question to her. He's like, what would you do in my situation?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, anything but send somebody else to their death. Like, there's got to be a different way. And he's like, but is there really another way?
But I have to make sure that what I'm about to do works.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, what are you about to do? And she's like, I'm only going to do the best thing.
Fingerblasting is the best.
Well, first he goes in that. So, and of course, this is kind of like a little bit of foreshadowing, I think. He's like, Kalendor failed me.
Mm-hmm.
The power's not enough, and Kalendor failed me. He's like, to wield Kalendor completely, I have to be in a box.
Right.
And
I
I think
with and Catchwayne explained that there's a flaw, and he has to be with a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is where we kind of allude to the fact that he's going to have the neck thing and the two women controlling him so that Kalendor can work appropriately.
Yeah.
And so he sees that as a flaw. He's like, I found a new way. I found a workaround. And he's like, the whole time, his little finger in his little statue, rubbing the marble on it, like, watch. And the more he rubs it, the hotter it gets, and it turns red. And then he explodes.
A giant shaft of light just takes out the entire palace. I mean, it just disappears. There's nothing left.
Yeah, we didn't pause too much as this was being described, but this is definitely one of the things where Jordan writes like fantasy erotica. Like
Well,
I know he was
It's
describing,
Sanderson. This is
or
Sanderson.
Will Sanderson, right?
Yeah.
But
With Jordan's notes.
he had to pull Jordan's notes here.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
It was if you read it or listened to it with a giggity mindset, this whole section was hilarious, very graphic and fantastic.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Big R spill fire blast. Yep, that's pretty much it.
Yep, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And yeah, so as Rand's talking to Nynaeve about it leading up to this is we've talked about this decision making process before, but this is utilitarianism 101.
Mm-hmm.
This is you look at the two train tracks and you've got the lever and you either run over one person or 20. And that's where Rand is right now.
Right.
He's like, there's an end game, something I have to accomplish. You know, he's at least trying to do it in a way that minimizes who he has to kill, but he's already accepted people are going to die.
Right.
So he's being very deliberate and picking who's this going to be and trying to keep the numbers down, but just
Right.
And it's interesting because Nynaeve embraces the source at this point, and she even has like a fireball ready in her, a glowing globe
Right.
in her hand. She's ready to go at Rand. Like she's like, "You've lost your shit," and he's like, "But have I?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Test him." And she's like, "Well, the compulsion's gone." He's like, "Exactly. The compulsion is gone. That means I killed the Forsaken." And he's like, "And to be fair to myself, the people that were in that you can't call it a castle, in that
fortress or whatever,
Fortress. Yeah.
of solitude, you know, they were servants, they were slaves, they had already been manipulated beyond
Saving.
where they saving. Now
he looked as a mercy. Yeah.
I argue though, like he did just release Homeboy from the compulsion. I guess the length of time they've been under compulsion matters.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because they kind of explain it. Like in the beginning of the books, it made, when I was reading about finger blasting,
Yeah,
it made me feel like the minute you got rid of somebody, like all of their history was gone.
But
everything they'd done had been erased.
no, it just goes back a short time. But depending on how powerful the blast is, but also because of how big this blast is, one thing not to overlook, we didn't talk about it during the live reaction, but like how the force grows and it feels like the world was almost breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The world did break once.
It did break once, but this amount of balefire caused, like, they felt it. Like,
yeah,
everybody did. I mean, you're ripping at like the pattern woven. I mean, you're just taking a chunk out.
Yeah.
So
like snipping a little piece off, you literally just
yanked
it out of there. Which, and again, like there's that argument: if he had targeted her, could he have saved those people? Well, we don't know. It may have become just a bigger issue. Like he said, she could have gotten free. So he did what he had to do. He saved the one person he put in harm's way.
Yeah.
And then what happened last time he was face to face with a Forsaken? He lost a hand.
Yeah.
Like he knows, he's not trying to survive this, but he also can't risk not making it to the last battle.
Right.
Correct.
So again, all those points you made correct, but very calculated decision.
The cold line that, her name was Leia. I killed her in Shadow Logoth, struck her down, called it mercy, and turned to the fortress below. Forgive me, he said. And he didn't seem directed at men for calling this mercy as well.
Just gone.
Yeah.
He did what he had to do. I mean, at the end of the day, if the Dark One takes over, these people are gone anyway. So
yeah,
it is the lesser of the two evils, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Look, we did pause here, and after Nynaeve's reaction to it all, I said, and I'll double down, this is the moment Nynaeve starts thinking, we got to collar this dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's not okay with him doing this on his own anymore.
Right.
And but to that point, she's like, I understand why. I understand why he's doing what he's doing, and I also understand why we need to control him. So though she wants to still ride the fence, when Min kind of solidified it for her, she's like, this is a woman that loves him beyond the point that I do. Like to me, he's like a little brother. To this woman, he is a lover, and
Yeah.
she can't stand to see what's happening.
Yep.
So I definitely need to switch gears here and get the appropriate level of help.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she thinks about, wishes Maureen was there to talk him out of it, but she decides, the best course of not even decides the best course of action is to go to Catswain. And obviously she didn't grow up in Newport News because there'd be some stitches happening right now.
And winding up in ditches.
Yeah.
Before we jump from what Chris said, though, I 100% feel both sides of what you just said. Like, you understand Nynaeve's reaction. You understand why Rand feels like he had to do what he did.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't it feel weird? I don't know how to describe the feeling of being supportive of both of those.
Yeah.
Because when I feel supportive of Nynaeve, I feel like I'm betraying Rand. I don't like anything that comes close to enslavement or taking away free will or choice in my own personal life, but in this book as well. But then if I take Rand's side, like, I totally understand Nynaeve's fear. Like, imagine yourself sitting there watching this.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird to understand both sides.
Yeah.
I'm not picking a side.
Right. I mean, you could use this analogy for tons of atrocities from war in previous past, whether the greater good was justified. I mean, World War II is a good example of that, where you had the firebombing. I mean, you had Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I mean, there's tons of cases where it's like, obviously you can say atomic bomb was overkill, but the alternative was a full-scale invasion into mainland Japan, which would have, they're still using Purple Hearts in America today that were made for the invasion of Japan because they expected to take that much casualties.
Yeah.
So they're still handing out Purple Hearts today that were made and struck for World War II for the invasion of Japan. Firebombing of Dresden. In Germany. There's lots of cases. Civilians that I'm not saying America was morally correct in any of that either. Obviously, the victor writes history, but he doesn't take a. It's not a moral argument of. The lesser of two evils, I guess you could say. I'm not saying that Germany wasn't on a moral high ground at all, but there's definitely civilians there. So that's not
sure.
So it's always ambiguous and very, very tough to justify these types of things, especially in war when you're trying to justify taking out something so tactical as this, where it needs to be done.
Yeah, by defending one side, like, you're accepting some sort of atrocity,
right?
And it doesn't feel comfortable. I don't like it.
Yeah. Forgive us. I'm recording Jesus now. Forgive us, for they know not what they do. Or what we do. There you go. You can quote Oppenheimer and say, I've become death. Oppenheimer, become death, destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, I think that's applicable to where Rand's at right now. He just accepts, this is what I've become. This is, it's not a thing he created, but it's been created within him.
Mm-hmm. Destroyer of worlds. Anyway, so after all this, Nynaeve goes to visit Catswain. She shows up, and the people guard the door like, "Child, we got time for you. Go away. Come back some other time. We have time." And Nynaeve very loudly says, "Rand just bailed fired an entire fort full of people." And Catswain's like, "Okay, let her in."
Let her in. You were smart to come to us with this, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. It's like,
you're lucky I came.
Oh, you're gonna let me talk to you after I tell you what I have to say. This is not light.
Did Catswain's reaction in the way she scooped up Nynaeve and not even started plotting, brought her in on the ongoing plot? Did it feel creepy to you, Chris? Because I felt creeped out.
They are plotting. That in and of itself is really creepy. They're in a back room plotting. Won't even tell her the full of it, and you've got important people in his circle plotting on him with a person he said get out to.
Right.
That
she's been excommunicated, but she is still running the show.
Oh, treason.
It's called treason.
called treason.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, you made the best point, though, kind of jumping into this, as they bring Nynaeve into the fold, like, okay, you could be part of this plan, but they only let her in on one little task, one little thing to do, and don't explain to her what's going on. Well, we said this during the live reaction. We paused a little bit. I still trust like Egwene, Nynaeve the most as far as helping Rand.
Right.
And then maybe very close, almost on the same level, Elaine and Avienda probably.
Mhm.
But so if any one of those were on the inside, well, I guess you could throw Min in there, right?
Yeah.
If any one of those were part of the inside circle of knowing the full plan, so like they could protect Rand while also controlling him, I'd feel more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
But Nynaeve being the one person in this group of females now, Cat Swain and the who's the Aiel wise one that's there. Suri.
Denise is there, and Sorila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But within that group, I'd want Nynaeve to kind of be fully on the end, and she is not.
Tells her to go get Perrin. And she's like, why? He goes, don't ask questions, girl. Just go get him.
Yeah.
We need
I
Perrin.
don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have warm fuzzies.
Why Perrin?
Although it'd be cool if Perrin comes and hangs out.
It would be. I think he definitely is going to make a difference. But
yeah. Then try and get the band back together, man. They're on a mission from God.
but then why Perrin? I still haven't figured that out.
Yeah, I guess find Perrin, not get. Yeah, find Perrin. We need to find Perrin.
Yeah.
But what are they going to do with Perrin? What do they need for? Is it his woofiness, his capabilities in the dream world? Oh, because the wise ones, they might be well aware of what he's done in the dream world with Hopper and whatnot.
Sure, they might be.
Or at least they know that he can enter the dream world in a different way that they can. I like that.
I forgot now with the wise ones in with Cadswain, they've probably told her everything they know, or a lot of what they know.
Yeah, because they're not
and
going
they know a lot about the dream world.
Yeah. I don't know. And if that's the case, you might as well get Egwene involved. And that's why they said, I don't know, Nynaeve isn't the only one that we have that's, a go-getter and a good one. We also have Egwene. Did you catch that part? They gave her perks.
Yeah.
Her props.
They just need to order 4 full fried chickens and a piece of dry white toast.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I'll get you there.
See if you get the reference. Yeah. Anyway, that's how we end this chapter.
Yeah. It makes you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have been since the live reaction. I don't have anything smart or witty to say. But things are coming together, and I don't know that I like it. But I also think it might be necessary. And I don't like that either.
Yeah. No, sir, I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Chapter 40 or 38. 38. We're skipping ahead. 40. Yeah, 38.
The real question is, I'm gonna break in here, is are we gonna get a happy ending to this book?
To this book?
Yeah, does this book have a happy ending?
The Gathering Storm? Kind of.
Alan thinking to himself, well, if you like really dark stuff, you're going to love this.
Yeah, happy ending.
Sure.
You saw that smirk on his face. Yeah.
Sure.
A very happy ending.
Yeah.
You will love it.
Yeah.
Maybe like everything goes horribly wrong, but like the last line is Moraine coming back.
Oh, I'll take that.
Interesting.
That's a win for me.
That's a happy ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except it won't be Rosamund Pike because they canceled the show.
Bro, no, I can't. I'm still not over that.
Still not over it.
Still one of the best shows this year.
Yeah, season 3, they definitely improved a whole lot.
Yeah,
like they had a little rough start
there.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why they got there. They were like, they already knew. They were like, you know what? We're about to get canceled. Let's spend every penny
we have. Yeah.
that we can find
Yeah.
and make people hate the fact that they canceled this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And I don't see it. I mean, I know they're doing the whole Save Watt campaign right now, SaveWatt.com. You can go sign a petition. It has over 100,000 signatures on it.
I'm gonna go add mine right now.
There you go. But yeah, they're campaigning hard. The fandom to try to keep. But
There's 119,057, and I'm about to be 58.
There you go.
I'm gonna wait until I can be 69.
Nice. All right. You guys ready for chapter 38? News and Teleron?
I probably agreed to spend billions of dollars that I don't have. Oh well, you can come after me like the rest of the creditors.
Yeah. All right. So we start the chapter with Swan and Egwene talking in Teleron Riyadh. Basically, Swan's trying to convince her to flee captivity, and Egwene's like, "Meh, I'm good." I mean, she agrees finally. Like, let's say I'm convicted of being a dark friend, and then I'll leave. But other than that,
Otherwise, she's gonna ride it out.
I'm not going anywhere. But then she's told that Gawain's in the rebel camp too, and then that makes her pause, and she's like, Swan picks up on it.
Yeah.
Huh?
This whole thing was kind of one of those cute moments because we finally have like Swan and Egwene bonding a little bit deeper beyond just student teacher. They really become friends in this moment. And, you know, Egwene is definitely tired of her with the back and forth of, hey, you should really come on back. And she's like, but I can't. I'm undermining Elida. I'm exactly where I need to be. And she's like, but it can't be good for you. And she's like, but it is what I need to do. It's where I have to be. But you should look, we're done talking about this daughter. Yes, mama.
Yeah.
Like that. The respect is there. And it only furthers to grow even in this very chapter as the different scenarios were brought up, because she's like, you know, an old acquaintance of yours came through and is in camp. She's like, who? Gawain.
Right.
She's like, you hesitated too long. It's a show. She's like, oh, is this a test? She's like, no, I'm not lying to you, but you're always going to be tested. Like you're the Amelin, like you never are not being tested.
Yep.
And they even talk about that unique bond between the two. You know, when you sit on, you know, in the highest seat like that, there's the only other people you could really share that experience with are people that have also done it. So like they have that unique connection and bond. And Swan definitely, you know, referring to her as mother and treating her like the Amerlin. And of course, at the end of this is like, you wait a minute, you are the Amerlin. So all of that's there, but also I won't say they're peers, but they have that bond of having shared that seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think you're right in saying that they are peers. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that, because it is definitely one of their truths.
Yep.
Yeah.
As close as Egwene is going to find, you know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yep. Swan then eventually leaves Egwene to go visit the rebel camp, you know, just basically try to figure out what the next step is with Egwene not coming back. There's so much tension in the camp too. You know, I mean, one thing, you know, they're trying to set up a permanent second tower as well, you know, but Swan realizes that would be disastrous because of the, you know, the bashing of who has authority. The dividing. And but they're trying to figure all that out. So, but they were still in Egwene's point of view. So she uses need to try to like figure out where to go next, and ends up in the Tuatha camp.
Well, let's not skip over the fact that during their conversation, she had a feeling as if there was somebody watching.
Yes.
And I think that's, you know, kind of proves that she's getting a bit greater situational awareness while she is in Talon Riyadh, and that she's starting to be able to control and understand it that much better. And there are these moments in their conversation where she kind of lets emotions get to her. She switches even her outfit response to some things that are saying, but she really held steady to her convictions. And then we kind of jump forward to that moment where she's decided not to sleep, because she also talks about her and Rand and the tie that they now have together, because they've both been in one of Elida's boxes. And she's like, you know what, compared to Rand, my box is still larger, so I can only imagine how he felt. So she kind of commiserates with him a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's a turning point for her, because she understands his hurt.
Yeah.
So, and then we get to the happy stuff. Well, kind of happy stuff. We get to the Tuatha little area, and she starts thinking about people like Aram and how she's hoping he's doing well, and the irony.
That's a waste of a paragraph right there.
Yeah.
That dude Dunsky.
I wonder if he's with Perrin and they're having so much fun together like they used to.
Exactly. Perrin finally did what he's been plotting on. No, I shouldn't say that. Perrin's my boy. Perrin has not been plotting at all. He did what he had to do.
What he had to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I like how sprinkling in there Sanderson / Jordan as they do stuff like that. It just reminding us that these characters, even though like right now we're getting all in Egwene's corner, like, gosh, she's so awesome, and this ultimate sacrifice on principle and da-da-da-da, but she's clueless as to what's happening
outside,
in the other neck of the woods, right? So just a reminder, each one of our characters, no matter what's going on, it's like they're still blind and oblivious to events everywhere else. And we just keep getting sprinkles of that.
Yeah. And this is the part too where she thinks about Gawain and thinks about bonding him as well. And talks about how
doesn't think about. She's going
she says she's going to.
Yeah. She just doesn't know if it's gonna be cuffs or ropes or both, but there's gonna be bondage.
Yeah, a little bit.
100%.
Chains, whips. What?
Hot sex. Wait, what?
All the good stuff.
What? Then she wakes up in her cell. And shortly after, Katarine and Varysene come in and throw her to the floor. Katarine tells
she's in excruciating pain because they're no longer healing her in between beatings.
Right. And Katarine tells Elida has decided to punish the one who manipulated Egwene. And she's like, what are you talking about? It's like, Sylviana. Yeah, we're gonna be punishing her instead. And it's like, you can't punish the Mistress of the Novices. Like, oh, she's not the Mistress of the Novices anymore. Katarina says, I am.
Yeah, that's what she's like. She's like, we're gonna punish her because she failed in her job.
Yeah. And
you'll continue to be punished, but by the Mistress of the Novices now. She's like, but y'all are literally punishing her. And then she gets it. She's like, oh, you think you can do what Sylviana failed at doing? Ha. And she's like, girl, you'll see.
Bring it home.
Yeah.
But
then Egwene also thinks about this too. I mean, Sylviana's are red, and by punishing them, like it's also showing discontent within their own Aja. So like it's
the reds are falling apart.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Because she was very respected amongst the reds, and now
and let's give some more credit to Egwene as she's thinking about this. I mean, sure, she's probably considering how she could use that to her advantage with her situation, but truly her emotion and feeling towards it is, this is really bad. We need the reds as much as we need everybody else. And she says that in a little bit coming up with this run-in with the brown, but
right. I mean, yeah. But before that, that's when she gets told that Sylviana's been arrested because after she was demanding that Egwene was released and Elida was deposed. But Elida's now ordered to be stilled and executed, which has caused
an
uproar because the Hall did not make the decision. Elida made the decision, and it's within the Aja, and it's falling apart. And when Egwene's meeting with the Brown, Serene, the Sitter of the Brown, she's like, we can't let that happen. And she's like, why? We let the red crumble. It's like, we need all the Ajas. Like, we can't let the red crumble.
And she's like, girl, do you really think you're still in charge? She's like, would you be standing here talking to me if I wasn't?
Yeah.
That's the better question. Would you be talking to me if I was not in charge? Stop standing in my way and get the work done that I have put you to. The end.
Yeah.
That was
And
that.
don't celebrate the Reds falling apart. We need them too.
Correct.
That's part
Yeah.
of the
And
solution
we need
here.
Sylviana. She's a good person. So like go
Yeah.
do it.
That right there was the real Amarlin moment. She just flat out just don't celebrate, get work done.
Well, Serene realizes Egwene's in control.
Yeah.
Like completely. Like just
And it's like
How
that's
crazy is that?
she hops to
Bruised and broken and all beat up and running things right in front of the two guards. She's not even hiding it from the people guarding her. They're standing right there.
Right. Yeah.
And she's just running shit.
Right. And they come in, they're like, well, we're ordered to protect you. And it's like, well, you only need 2 of me to protect you. You know, you guys can go. In fact,
Not even protect.
go get some
shield
fork
you.
root. Like, just go to some fork root and, you know, I'll take it. And then
I mean, y'all go fix your house
go fix your house because you need to right now. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, yeah. So,
in that moment, chugging the fork root was a good idea.
Yes.
But only in that moment.
Right.
Dun dun dun.
So, you know, one of the Reds does leave. Egwene drinks the tea, and Barrisine then takes her to her cell, and you know, goes into her cell and sees a familiar face in there.
Yeah, when she goes in, she goes by herself because the other Red at that point is like, can't wait, and also skedaddles.
Yeah.
So Egwene walks in alone.
Yeah.
And our friend Baron.
Baron's there. It's like, oh, hi, good to see you. I came all this way. I love that green dress. It's just, oh, by the way, your dress is green. And Egwene's like, that's silly. Like, why would you say something like that? Of course it's not green. Wait.
You just said
you just lied.
A very direct lie.
I'm just like, I hope that would get your attention.
She's like, I knew it would get your attention.
Yeah, I knew it would get your attention.
All right, Alan, you got to remember. I think we're mostly on Team Varen is good, but like went back and forth a few times. But like it definitely, I was more towards liking Varen.
Hey, well,
that's how we end the
now
chapter.
We know better.
Yeah,
I still think Varen's good. Like I can't get away from that feeling.
Yeah,
Varen is a double agent. That's what she is.
If you're gonna have one, wouldn't it be a Brown though?
Yeah, I think so.
Because their curiosity and like the knowledge they'd have from digging into all the, you know, text and everything, and like trying to look at it from every angle and
trying to understand the unknown as best they can.
Yeah.
Sometimes to you know, got to join those organizations to learn. You know,
betting the enemy.
It's like when we did Model UN in high school, and I went online and joined the Taliban so I can get more information about the Taliban. And it was for school. Open up! Oh shit!
Yeah,
got a precision drone strike coming in right now. No, I'm joking. But no, really, I wasn't trying to research them because that was a big problem. Oh, you have to go clean the litter box.
That's my secret way of saying, hey, it's time to go to bed. So I clean the litter box before bed. Chanel's a night owl, so it's like, oh, I gotta clean the litter box. And it's like, oh, we might all go in the room and go to bed. If you want to watch TV still, we can watch TV in the bedroom.
Yep.
And then we end up going to sleep. So
I like it. Anyway. So that's right in this chapter. Anything we missed? Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Is she just a dark friend or is she forsaken?
Oh,
Sure.
She's not forsaken. She's just a dark friend.
Sure.
But here's the thing, though. If she's not forsaken, remember, Forsaken have been dying. So there's room for new Forsaken to be raised up. And Varen ain't no chump dark friend.
That's true.
She might be, you know, starting in middle management and quickly trying to work her way up.
I just have too much hope that she ends up again staying on the good side of things. So for right now, in my mind, she's just an incognito dark friend.
Jordan did say the oaths allow for sarcasm, so Varen saying that didn't technically violate the oaths.
Oh. Well, we know she violated the oath. Like, we're not going to argue that. She's definitely able to lie. She's lied before.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very direct statement.
Yeah.
That'd be, although again, Brown, she's wicked smart. If she can make herself logically believe that by saying a direct lie, but the purpose isn't to lie, the purpose is to get her attention or make her believe XYZ, like you could find a logical path to convince yourself that it doesn't count as a lie. And a Brown could do that.
She's lied before.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, Alan, you reminded us of that.
We talked about that during the live recording from the
It was
Great
very
Hall.
early on, right?
Yeah, second book.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, at least she didn't tell Egwene that Moraine sent her.
Look, this is where we don't need to go down the rabbit hole, but I have definitely experienced in my life people that have the ability, I don't want to say the ability, but the reality that they're willing to accept is not even close to the reality. It's just what they can accept, and that becomes their truth. So they speak it, and they don't believe they're lying.
Right.
What they're saying is not true.
I've met flat earthers. It's
Well, yeah, that's exactly where I was going with that. But
there's one guy I went sailing with, and I first thought he was joking, and then he started going on and on about it, and I was like, "Are you serious?"
Sail boats.
I was like, "You sailboats? Like I've never met a sailor that's a flat earther. Like I've circumnavigated part of the world. And I've known lots of people that have circumnavigated like that." Like, like I'm trying to like
Dude does not compute.
Yeah, I'm like, and how you navigate with the stars is based on a spherical model. Like, it doesn't work at all. Like,
If the Earth's flat, we can't go anywhere.
Like celestial navigation. Like, I use that. Like, we literally use it. Anyway, so fun times.
The world we live in.
The world we live in. It's fun. Anything else?
No. These were good chapters to pick for the live reaction. Both of them, as per usual, a lot of build up, and then it was the end that was like pow. But they were,
yes, sir.
They were good.
Yep. Favorite character?
Oh, good question.
Oh gosh, I didn't even think that far.
Varen.
Oh, you stole mine. You stole mine.
she's been playing us for books now.
You stole my pick, Varen.
That's good.
Like, who better? She has literally been playing the reader from book 2.
Who's our really clever diplomat? That Rand sent? Yeah, that's my character. Poor guy.
I'm gonna pick Servant A. Not Servant B, but Servant A that was kind of walking along the top of the Natchez Barrow when the Bale Blast came through. That guy. Yeah. That's it.
Probably caught the first of it and the worst of it.
Yeah. Just you probably have to
not here.
In my mind,
not here so much. But right here.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, next week we'll be doing 2 chapters, 39 and 40, which those are A Visit from Varen Sedai, A Visit from Varen Sedai, and The Tower Shakes.
Oh, this is when the Shan Shan there's not enough time passed for the Shan Shan to be attacking right now because they have to move in the night.
They could fast forward a day or two.
They have Turakan.
Yes, but the Turakan.
But remember, they talked about how they have to stop every so often and rest them.
Yeah. Good point.
It could be that the final seal, which is the tower, is breaking.
I think the Shan Shan are gonna break the final seal.
Yeah, that attack could be part of it. Yep. Well, at least we're getting right into the Varen part instead of like multiple chapter cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice, maybe.
Yeah. Even with no Sanchan, these are good chapters.
The
rest of this book is pretty much all good chapters. I can't think of a bad chapter the rest of this book.
Into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it. That's awesome.
We're
Yeah.
jumping through the woods on a bush, but we don't
Despite
know
knowing
where
you're
we're going.
Well,
And we're not doing a live reaction, right? So I can listen to this tomorrow on my way to work.
You can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, let's go, good people. Next chapter is bomb.
Yeah.
Are you sure we shouldn't be doing a live reaction?
It's good.
No.
I thought about it. I thought about combining this chapter and the next chapter together, but I couldn't make it work with the spreadsheets. So it is what it is. Anyways, so how it can be found is at thewheelreads.com.
Yeah, Jason's like, we should do live reactions for the rest.
Yeah, we should. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I wish I did. So yeah, how we can be found is at thewheelreads.com. It's a website with links. Go check it out. Patreon is calling your name. So is our merchandise. All that cool stuff. And yeah. This is my second favorite Watt book, mostly from here on out. DK Moon. Nice.
Ooh.
All hail the mighty spreadsheets. Yes, all hail the mighty spreadsheet. They are amazing. But yeah, so go find us there, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. The algorithm gods are hungry and they want to be fed. And that's all I got for this week. So
Until next time.
Peace.
okay, bye. Thank you for watching The Wheel Reads.
Until next time.
Okay, bye.
Get your Coast Guard certified life-saving
Sure.
device ready
Sure.
and strapped on.
Sure.
Oh, where are we doing tonight?
What kind of strap on you talking about?
Traveling pants.